Hey guys, what's up? This is Andrew for TRENDLINES.com. So in this video, I would like to talk about some squeeze plays that I have mentioned before. So I would like to make an update on those, and I want to show you an interesting situation on NIO. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so in this video, I'm first going to talk about NIO because we have a fresh breakout here. So I think it's interesting for everyone to see it. So let me quickly, here I'm on a daily time frame, guys. As usual, I'm building my web by putting supports and resistances where I see reactions in the past. I also try to label the moves up in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, according to ELLIOTT wave theory. And I'm using trend lines to identify breakouts. I associate that with divergences if I see any. I check the moving averages, I check the momentum, and I try to build up a view. So here on NIO, we clearly have 1, 2, 3 with a third wave extension, itself divided in 5 waves, then a 4 ABC, and I think that we are done with the correction. So it's a bit early, guys, but I think we would try to get in our live trading portfolio on Discord. If you don't follow us, go have a look at what we are doing there. Here, the real breakout would probably occur at 47, all right? Once we trade above that level, this would be, very likely to go higher. But for now, we are only having here a short-term breakout, all right, guys? If I zoom in, you can see it clearly on a daily time frame. We've been monitoring this level for quite some time. We've been just below, all right, for the past 4 days. Okay, we were testing this level, never closed above, and today is the first time we close above. We also have the natural support resistance, support level that is created by the lows that we had here. So I'm going to put it roughly here. Okay, I'm trying to see if it matches. Okay, it doesn't match. It's not such a strong support, but now it became a support because we have the breakout. So we just take the recent low, and we are probably going to try to make a trade around this level, all right? So buy here, stop loss here, and we're going to target this level and maybe even higher. So I think that you guys like the stock. So once again, this is an early situation. We've seen those breakouts faking out many times in the past. So that's why here, to me, the only play that is worth doing is using a stop loss around this level, because if it's not holding, we might very well go lower. But once again, I think this is looking very good. And in terms of targets, guys, I'm going to use, as usual, FIB projections. So you guys know where I get this from the ELLIOTT wave book. So I measure 1 plus 3. We have a third wave extension. So usually in this case, we go to the 61.8. So it's only 71. But as the recent high was 65, I doubt we only go to the 61.8% retracement. I rather think we're going to go to the 1-to-1 or 1 to 1.618 relation. So this would bring us toward the 95 or even the 135 level. So those are my targets for the 5th wave. And I think that, of course, if everything goes well, if the global market goes higher, we don't have the signal in the S&P 500 yet, but it's looking great. So, it would probably take 6 months, 1 year, but we have a very nice move up to take between 100 and 300%. So I think it's very interesting. Next one. So BBIG, I talked about this one already. Very tricky, guys. We tried to get in a few times. We got stopped every time. So we are not in this play anymore, but it's interesting for those who are in this play to see. We basically got kicked out of the trade here during this fake out. We had a stop loss just below. It is what it is. But still, I think that it's looking good now that we are not in the trade anymore, as it sometimes happens. It's looking great. So we have, let's check on the very long term. What do we have? You see, we have higher highs and higher lows for the past year. All right. So here, clearly, there was a reversal that happened. Not very clean, but you see here it was noisy. Then we tested, we went higher. So here, this was a trend reversal. Now the trend is up. And as you guys know, this stock is massively shorted. Let me have a look at that. Okay, guys, so I am here checking the short interest, synthetic short that I get from the option market and the regular short. And I check it here, guys. So BBIG, it was having a crazy amount of synthetic short. So let's see how it is right now. Up, it gets synthetic short. I compute the data. We lost a lot. I'm surprised it's that small. We were having much more than this, so we lost a lot. Okay, guys, so let's check where we have gamma. So we have right now 14% of synthetic short interest on BBIG with a maximum synthetic short of 30%. So we have 15% of gamma. But as you guys can see before, guys, here I record all the stocks short interest, synthetic and regular. And you can see that BBIG, guys, in September, the synthetic short was 95%, the maximum. And now then 67, 66, and now it's 30%. So basically shorts have covered massively. So we still have some upside gamma. So it is still enough to create some bullish momentum if we move higher. But the truth is that the short interest is much lower. So what can we expect from here? So as we can see in the past, every time we were breaking this kind of trend lines, okay, we were having a positive reaction. So here, once again, we got a fake out. So there is no guarantee. Maybe the trend line would eventually be like this. Okay, so maybe we're going to do something like that. It's still possible as well, guys. Okay, so just be aware of that. So it's a early signal as well. Let's check if we have some divergences here. If we had them in the past. Yeah, you see here we have the bullish divergence. Here we had the bullish divergence as well, but not obvious. Just here, then it got broken. But here you can see the 4 hours momentum was going higher each time. And here it is going higher too. So we have the same kind of situation. So it might be the reversal, the turning point. And if it is, my target would be, guys, for this wave. Let's measure the one before, as usual, apply it here. And we have targets. 1-to-1 relation here would make sense as it is total wave completion. So around 15, okay? So the target, if we are to move higher, is about 15. And the level to break, to me, to really be looking good, is the 7.75 level. So I believe that if we break that, we would probably have a retest, okay, something like this, and then go higher. So maybe we would try to set up one more trade here. Let's see. But once again, there are many fake outs in these stocks. I'm talking here about the meme stocks. So, you know, we just need to be careful. Maybe widen a bit the stop loss would make sense. Okay, so that's it for BBIG. Next one, guys, BMRA. First time I'm talking about this one. It's an interesting situation. So same thing. This is a shorted stock. Let's check the synthetic short interest that we're having on this one. We have less short. Total is 11. And we can see on the option market, we can go from 3 to 8. So we have a little bit of gamma. The gamma is the difference between the maximum synthetic short and the synthetic short. Let's check if we have some options on October because the maturity is tomorrow, guys. Yes, we have some 7.5. It's the biggest strike. So just above. Okay, so this might create some bullish momentum. So I think that here we're going to use the same technique, guys. You can see that each time we have this market is making higher highs and higher lows. All right. So we are trying to identify whenever there is a breakout, you know, a sloping breakout. And here we're having one clearly. So usually those breakouts, they are then retested, sometimes with noise, like here, guys, you can see. We have retested it even quite bad here as well. So we might expect a retest as well. We didn't see it yet. Here we had the retest. So what we can expect from this stock, I mean, right now in the short term, it's quite kind of neutral, all right? It can very well move higher and go to new highs. It's very possible. It might also take a bit more time. As we can see, each time there was a breakout, it took between 1 month before really being bullish. So here, the breakout occurred on the 30th of September. So maybe 1 more week, guys, okay? So there are 2 scenarios. One is that we move higher right away, but it would not show anything would happen before the 15th of October, but this is where we have the gamma. So let's say that if something happens between the 15th of October, it's very likely to be followed by market makers and other investors. Then we can have the other scenario where we go here, find support, which would be a nice level to buy and play the rebound. Okay, so this is the second situation that can happen, and where we have a plan as well. So if we start to go higher right away, I would take profits, to be honest, around 50%, around 8, and the other 50% around 13. Okay, there are many bag holders in this kind of stocks. All right, so taking profits here makes sense, and actually leave a bit for the real move up makes sense as well. So maybe 30% here, 30% here, and 30% around 25. This would be my play. And I'm rather positive, but I think we might need some more time here. And last one, guys, ATER. So I've been talking about this one for a while, so I want to make an update here. The situation is a bit different because we really have a sharp move down to the 3 area that happened last year. So many bag holders, and we can see them at play here. We got this breakout, guys. Okay, so this is the reason for me to be bullish. And since we had this breakout, you can see A, B, C. So twice we got rejected because of bag holders around the 20 level. I believe we're gonna go there again. For now, to me, we're looking not too bad. We are finding support around this level on the yellow trend line, 780, something like this. We have this one in our live trading portfolio. We have a stop loss around 7. So let's see if we get stopped or not. I hope we will not. And I believe that a strong move up can happen. So when this sharp move down is looking quite bad, it needs time for the bulls to heal their wounds. So I think that it can happen right now, but it can also take a bit more time. All right, this would make sense. So, you know, a strong move up happening maybe next month, something like this. I don't know, but I'm bullish here. And once again, my exit level would be below 7. Below 7, I'm out of this trade. You know, we could very well go much lower. But in terms of target here, guys, same thing. Oh, let's check the synthetic short interest on ATER. So I'm added BMRA and ATER. What do we have, guys? All right. So ATER, woo, huge, guys. You see? So in terms of shorts, it's the biggest one. So let's check how it was in the past. So, wow, it's the biggest ever. 60%, guys, of total synthetic short. Look, the synthetic short, it was between 4 and 8. Now it's between 15 and 60. So people added massively on this one, guys, massively. Let's check where it's coming from. So, bam. Okay, guys, it's coming from October. So everything is in October. So let's see if it gets rolled, but people loaded massively on October. So maybe if something happens before the 15th of October, it's going to get wild. All right. Because we have gamma at the 10, 12, 15 strike everywhere. We don't see this gamma on November yet. So if it's not getting rolled, we will have less bullish momentum for next month. But for now, we have a lot of bullish momentum. Once again, we first need to start moving higher for this momentum to kick in. This is the way it works, all right? Once again, I explain when market makers that are selling options are short calls. Whenever the market goes higher, their short position increases. And so those guys, they need to hedge their positions at the end of the day. So they're going to buy a lot of shares. How many shares are they going to buy? They're going to buy the difference between the synthetic short now and what it could be if ATERs move higher. So let's say ATER takes, I don't know, 50%. The synthetic short goes from 14% to 30%, guys. So they're going to buy 15% of the share float if ATER takes 50%. So, you know, they're going to just create this massive buying orders that usually happen during a squeeze. So ATER might very well go to crazy levels if we start to move higher. So let's find out. Let's see what's happening. I'm going to keep updating you guys on those videos. And once again, I did this one for a member of the Discord that asked me many plays, and I here selected the ones that to me still looking good. And last thing, guys, it is, I think, one of the last days. You see the painting, which is actually a photograph behind me. It's some photograph that has been done and edited by a friend of mine that is living in Hong Kong. She's an artist. She's a very great person, guys. So please go check out her website in the description of this video. There's nothing to sell there. You can just shoot her a message if you're interested, but just go there and visit the website. I'm sure you would find it very interesting. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please don't forget to click on the sub, like, and bell button so you're going to be the first to know when I upload anything new, and stay close to shore. See you guys.